A young man disappears, leaving just one thing behind, his phone. And on that phone, a single, absolutely terrifying video. But what if the deadliest clue isn't what you see, but what you were manipulated into believing? Let's break down the chilling final video of Ethan Kross.
So the scene is set. It's midnight, a quiet, empty street.
That's when the police get the call. A young man, Ethan Kross, has completely vanished.
And on his phone, they find what looks like the key to the whole mystery, a recording that seems to capture his final, desperate moments.
And those are Ethan's own words. The video kicks off with his voice, just panicked, pleading for help. You can feel the dread immediately. It's real.
The video itself is just total chaos. The camera is shaking all over the place. You hear Ethan out of breath, running for his life. He keeps whispering, "He's behind me." And then you see it, this dark shape in the distance. And then bam, the screen goes black. For the police, this seems pretty straightforward. They think they've just watched a murder.
Okay, so if the video shows a chase, the first question is obvious. Who is chasing him? And investigators didn't have to look far.
A name pops up almost immediately: Ryan Foster. He was a friend of Ethan's, but detectives quickly learned they'd had a huge fight over money. It's a classic motive, right? So Ryan's brought in, and it feels like this case is about to wrap up pretty quickly.
But here's the thing. Ryan, he denies all of it. He says he was home the whole night, has no clue what happened to Ethan. And just like that, the police hit a wall. It's his word against what looks like a dead man's video.
So, they're stuck. What do? They go back to the only real piece of evidence they have, that video. They decide to comb through it, frame by agonizing frame. And that's when the story starts to fall apart.
Now think about that shadow. If you're chasing someone, you'd be closing the gap, right? Gaining on them? Well, the forensic team found something bizarre. The distance between Ethan and the shadow, it never changes. It stays exactly the same the entire time. How is that even possible?
This one detail just turns the whole case on its head. It forces one of the detectives to ask this wild question: what if there was no one chasing him at all?
So they dig into the audio, and when they isolate the footsteps of this supposed pursuer, they realize it's not just similar to Ethan's running pattern. It's a perfect synchronized match. It was his own echo.
And with that, the entire murder theory just collapses. An investigator says it out loud, and you can just imagine the silence in that room. Ethan wasn't running from an attacker. He was running from the sound of his own feet.
Okay, so if nobody was chasing him, what on earth happened? How did Ethan Kross die? The investigators look again at the final seconds of the video, and a much more sinister, carefully crafted plot starts to take shape.
Here's what really went down. In the last moments, Ethan stops running. He whips the camera around towards his big glass wall of a building. He sees a reflection, his own, and in his terrified mind, he thinks it's the person chasing him. He freaks out, stumbles backwards, and falls into a deep, dark ditch he never saw coming.
But this was no accident, not even close. A search of the scene turns up a tiny hidden speaker near that ditch, and the whole horrifying plan just clicks into place. Ryan had recorded Ethan's footsteps earlier, planted that speaker, and then played the recording as Ethan walked by. He didn't need a real pursuer, he just needed the idea of one. He weaponized Ethan's own fear.
The final police report actually gave this a name: Designed Fear. Ryan never laid a hand on Ethan. He didn't have to. He just built a trap made of pure terror, knowing that Ethan's own panic would do the rest. But, believe it or not, the story doesn't end there.
Just when you think the case is solved, this diabolical plot, this tragic death, one last detail from that video comes to light. Something hidden in plain sight that everyone, even the forensics team, missed the first time around.
It all comes down to the final second. Just one single second of footage right before the phone dies that flips the whole story on its head one last time.
The answer was in that glass wall. The same reflection that sent Ethan into a fatal panic held one more secret. So, what was it? What did they miss?
Because in that chaotic moment, the reflection didn't just show Ethan. For a single blink and you'll miss it frame, right as Ethan is falling,
Another shadow appears in the glass. A different one. Not an echo, not his own reflection, but something or someone else.
This discovery just throws everything into question again. Was Ryan's twisted trap just one part of the story? Was there actually someone else out there in the dark after all, watching this whole thing happen?
The official report concluded with this haunting line. It was originally meant to describe Ryan's plan, but with this new piece of evidence, it takes on a whole new chilling meaning. And it leaves us with this question: what happens when you can't tell the difference between the fear in your own mind and the danger standing right behind you?